An alleged bodyguard of a UFO whistleblower has just dropped an insane story and blows the whistle on a whistleblower for the very first time. And this blew to attention because the YouTube channel Vetted actually covered this and spoke about it, and their source was the No Jumper podcast. But obviously they spoke about it, you know, he got clips about it, and everyone thought that he was referencing Lou Elizondo. Also doubled up by the fact that on the thumbnail of this YouTube video, you've got obviously the bodyguard right here. Have you heard of Louis Elizondo? And then with a photo of Lou Elizondo. And that made everyone kind of think that, wow, this guy was the bodyguard of Lou Elizondo. And these were some of the crazy things that were said within the podcast that really got people thinking and really kind of blew this to some insane levels of sheer popularity. Here it is right here.
Then he asked me to sign an NDA. He pull out a little folder, unfold the paper, say he want me to sign an NDA. I'm like, oh, okay. I always try to avoid that because to me it's like you're agreeing to something, right? Then the guy goes on to explain to me about some race of people who live at the bottom of the ocean. They have facilities there, and when I refused this job,
sounds like a Little Mermaid, but
until you hear these parts,
okay.
I refused the gig. He tells me someone's occupying our moon. I'm scheduled to testify as a whistleblower in front of Congress about this. Can you keep me safe until then? I had to turn the job down because as soon as I go outside, my car ransacked. My car, for about 3 weeks, my car get towed. I go to pick it up, they give it to me for free. Then...
Wow, so he was given the gig to keep the whistleblower safe until he could testify in front of Congress, but he turned the gig down because his car was always getting broken into and towed, and basically people were like messing with him. That's crazy.
A lot of strange things was happening. You see what I'm saying? And this guy testified in front of Congress.
And is he still alive?
Yep.
Sounds like if they were willing to do all that to you, that they would be willing to kill him too. Or something to him.
Yeah, so he has something called like a dead man script. So like if he was to die unexpectedly, some type of information would get released. So apparently that's what kept him alive throughout that process.
Oh, that's smart.
You know who Luis Elizondo is?
No.
I mean, these are pretty crazy because obviously, the dead man's trigger and all the rest of it. Like, I know Stephen Greer, Dr. Stephen Greer was the man that kind of alerted me to this. So basically, Dr. Stephen Greer is only still alive today because he's got loads of information in different pockets of the internet, right? And basically, on the, time of his death, unexpectedly for whatever means, he's got people that will just, essentially pull that trigger, and that information will be distributed across the internet. Just people it will just go out. And there's nothing that the government can do about it because they don't know where that information is. They don't know who he's given it to and all the rest of it. But just on the event of his death and his passing, boom, off it goes. Crazy.
Oh.
Who's that?
Luis Elizondo is a former CIA operative who just testified. Him and his co-workers are testifying in front of Congress about the same shit I'm just telling you about.
So there's another reason as to why everyone thought that, oh, Lou Elizondo is, the guy that tried to hire this guy. And then it's doubled down on this part of the clip here where we pick up from, do you know who Lou Elizondo is?
You know who Luis Elizondo is?
No.
Oh.
Who's that?
I meet up with the guy. He shows me a ID from the Pentagon.
Oh.
He tells me that he does not trust certain people that he works with and that he needs me to keep him safe until he can testify in front of Congress. He shows me some pictures. He said, what does this look like to you? I'm like, man, it looks like a desert of some sort. I see like some trucks. You feel me? He says, okay, so this is like a truck to you? Some type of plow truck, something like that? He says, well, according to these measurements, this truck is 2 miles long. So I say, okay, so what am I looking at? He says, these pictures are on the surface of the moon. He say, my job is to scrub these pictures to make them available to get released to the public. So I'm like, okay. Then the guy goes on to explain to me about some race of people who live at the bottom of the ocean. They have facilities there, and
yeah, wild stuff. Imagine your employer just coming up to you and being like, you know, you're at a job interview and he's like, yeah, I just need you to keep me safe. He's like, yeah, that's my job. You know, my bread and butter as a bodyguard is to keep people safe. He's like, yeah, but you need to keep me safe until I testify in front of Congress. And he's like, yeah, no bother. You know, what do you know that people, what kind of people want to take? Oh, the government want to take me out. The who, sorry? The government want to take me out. Why? Oh, because I scrubbed these images and all the rest of it. Look, this is 2 miles long and it's on the surface of the moon. Now, from that clip that I've just shown you, Lou Elizondo himself has actually responded to this and has said, lol, never spoke to the dude, but gotta give props to a clever imagination. I actually thought this was a joke until some folks said that people were taking this seriously. For the record, this never happened, but it is funny. Now, people are kind of catching a bit of flack. You know, Vetted, like Patrick from Vetted is catching a bit of flack for this as well. As someone has retweeted Vetted's tweet originally that kind of, you know, promotes the video from yesterday. And this person, Joe Mugia, or the UFO Joe, said, FYI, this is an account out there that edited what this bodyguard said and made it sound like Lou was something that the bodyguard was attributing to someone else. What Lou actually allegedly said wasn't absolutely wild, but hey, clicks matter, right? What he attributed to Lou is linked to the queued up in replies and is 20 seconds in length. Right, okay, so basically what he's, in a roundabout way with, you know, poor grammar, what he's basically saying there is, you know, Lou has actually nothing to do with it, but this was kind of clipped together to make it look as if they were talking about Lou Elizondo. And again, we've got retweets here saying, unfortunately this clip was mislabeled in the actual interview. He wasn't actually discussing you, as in Lou, but another whistleblower who approached him, and we've got a name for that now. The clip gives the wrong impression of what he was said. He does mention you in passing as a public whistleblower, but that's it. And then down further in the replies, the bodyguard is actually talking about Chad Wolf, not you. I don't know why they said it was you. Saw this on Vetted and thought it was referencing you since he clearly read the book. I think it solidified the interaction with whoever he was talking to. I think he just misspoke when he was telling the story, but maybe he's just a liar, all the rest of it. So, apparently, the person that was being referenced who actually approached this bodyguard to be hired before he could testify in front of Congress was a man called Chad Wolf. And you know, he's got a bit of an interesting background talking about, you know, calls whistleblower claims of manipulating intelligence reports patently false. But, you know, there's a bit of interesting information on Wikipedia about him. So, Chad Frederick Wolf is an American former government official and lobbyist who was named the acting United States Secretary of Homeland Security in November of 2019. His appointment was ruled unlawful in November of 2020. Wolf was also under the Secretary of Homeland Security and Strategic Policy and Plans from 2019 to 2021. So a bit of an interesting background. I mean, I don't know what his whistleblowing backgrounds are exactly. I couldn't find that much information online about it, but maybe you guys know a little bit more. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. But just to clear up the record, it would appear that, you know, it would appear that actually Lou Elizondo is not the guy who hired this guy in particular, this bodyguard right here, to protect him before he could testify in front of Congress. Anyway, there's what you guys need to know. There's what I know. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. While you're down there, be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.